Okay, so today I'm wanting to film a makeup video, and I'm wanting to use this palette that I got, I want to say a couple months ago. I haven't really used it past swatching it, and when I swatched it, I wasn't all that impressed with the colors, but I wanted to see if it was different when it was applied as opposed to the swatching, so we'll see how that goes. I think for this look, I'm wanting to mainly do pinks, but maybe have this darker color out in the outer corner. I may change my mind, but right now that's what I'm going for. Now the age-old question of what do I want to start with? Also, my hair is super frizzy. I took a shower and this is actually way more toned down than what my hair was doing because it was just all poofed. Okay, so because it's here, I guess I'll use this milk primer, and I'll just do like I've been doing and use it as an eye primer. And I'm just going to use a little bit because it's a very wet primer. And I'm just going to rub that in. Oh, it's sticky. I forgot about that. Where's the lid? The lid. No, really. Okay, found it. Between this being, the lid being clear, and me not having my glasses, it was directly in front of my face, but I could not see it. So while this dries, I guess I'll find something else to do. I guess I could go ahead and do eyeliner. I feel like that's the safest option. I want to do blush right now, but at the same time, I don't want to have to wipe away fallout from eyeshadow or have to redo liquid eyeliner if that's what I end up doing and just messing it all up. There was a little fuzzy on that. Anyways, gonna do my liner on my waterline. Okay, so that's the liner done. This is driving me crazy. Oh well. This feels like I could probably go ahead and start on the eyeshadow. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure what color to start with. Okay, if this is a disaster, oh well, but I kind of want to do kind of like a base layer of this very pale pink. That's the shade Lace Me Up. Gonna grab a little bit more. Okay, so that's not as bad as I was fearing. It is very pale, but it doesn't look super pink. So I think we can run with this as a base color. So the problem I'm finding so far isn't, well, obviously isn't with the eyeshadow palette so far, because I've barely used it, but the primer that I'm using is very sticky, so it's very hard to at least with this first layer, really cover everywhere I'm wanting to cover. Okay, and this shade I'm wanting to use either as a full crease or a half crease where it's here over. I'll start with the half and see how I feel about it. Okay, so this doesn't look bad, but it is still much paler than I thought it would be. I kind of want to do a second layer over it. I don't think it really made a difference at all, but it is what it is. Okay, comparing the two. There is a slight difference, but slight is a very important keyword here. Okay, and because all of this is fairly pale, instead of using this shade like I was planning, I'm thinking about just using this shade in the outer corner. I'm going to do a second layer with that as well. I'm getting another brush and I'm wanting to do the darkest shade about halfway down on my bottom lid, and taking the darker pink shade and just doing the rest from like inner corner to middle. So I guess I should start with the lighter color. Also, I don't think I said, but the darker color we used was Encore. And now time to do shimmer, because of course we are. I think for the shimmer, I'm wanting to use this top one. It's in the shade Satin Trim. Ooh. I have a stray hair on me. Okay, this is very crumbly. I'm gonna have to take a brush and kind of like blend it out. So to blend out the shimmer, I'm going to use the same brush I used for pretty much everything but the lower lid. And I'm just softening it up because it came off a lot more harsh than I thought it would. Okay, so I'm calling it there for eyeshadow. I'm not crazy about this palette still. However, I don't think it's bad. I do think it probably takes a lot more effort than I think most palettes require. But it is a pretty forgiving palette because odds are you're going to put too little as opposed to too much, and that'll be like an easy fix. Just add a little bit more, build it up. And I feel like any fallout you have easily cleaned up. I'd give it probably a 6 out of 10. Okay, so for blush, I have a few options. Some I've used, some I haven't. Some I haven't used in a while. Okay, so first up, we have the blush from Fenty Beauty that I got in my Ipsy box last month. Here's the shade. I think this could go really well, and I'm really wanting to try it out, but I'll see how I feel after I show all of the makeup. We have from Physicians Formula. It's in the shade Strawberry Jam. I've used it a time or two on here, but I haven't used it very often recently. I think this could go, but I think it's maybe a little softer than I'm wanting. And then this that I have used once, it is Hublo's Rosy Drops. I also got it at the same time as I got the Fenty. Okay, so I didn't find any other blush that I might want to consider. So we're going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty blush. And I highly doubt that this is a blush brush, but I'm gonna use it and hope it works. If it doesn't, I'll redo it. If it does, awesome, cool. Put a little there, put a little here. Gonna add a tad bit more to this side. With With the mirror up close to my face, I can see a lot of the shimmery fallout that's like speckled throughout, but I'm already doing blush, so it's just here to stay. It's part of the look. Part of the family now. Now, if I were a smart and patient person, pretty sure neither of which I am, I would have gotten like a smaller brush that would maybe work better on the smaller surface of my nose. But here we are. Look, if it works, it works. Okay, honestly, this is some pretty cute blush. I like it. Okay, so I know I use this palette a lot for highlighter, but I grabbed this as well, and I don't think it goes as well. I'll show it anyways. I'm trying to decide between using this and using like this lighter shade. So, you know what, just to change it up, I'll use this. I probably use that one a lot on here too, but okay, so that's highlight done. Don't know how well you can see it, but it's there. And next, I guess I'll just go in with brows. And because I'm super happy I found this again, it was in this room. I just didn't remember, and since have been using a pencil, which is way more tedious, so using this and happy about it. Alright, and now that's done, I think it looks okay. Now what? I guess all that's really left is lip stuff, and that's what most of the makeup bag I brought in here is. So we've got options. Maybe do this. This is fun. I kind of like it. It's a bit more bold than the rest of the look, but I like it. This could go, but it's going in the maybe section. Not sure. We'll see. Oh, I also haven't done mascara as well, but we'll do that after this. This could go, but maybe section for that one. I feel like this one's too neutral. Same story for this one. Alright, now to swatch them on my hand, and then you know how it goes. Why I'm swatching a clear gloss beats me, but oh well. Almost did the same with this. Nothing like swatching stuff on your hand to realize that your hands are dry and you need lotion. Alright, here's what we've got. -1, that was also a clear gloss, so I don't think this one, maybe. I feel like this is too bold. Another maybe. Okay, so the shade that I liked was a lip oil from Laura Geller in the shade Victory Lap. And I'll just apply it here. Okay, this is cute. Alright, and I think all that we have left is mascara, so I'm going to be using this Lancome mascara. It is Lancome Lash Idol Flutter Extension. You know, even with like the bumps I had, like with the makeup not going quite as well as I wanted to and having to redo some stuff, I think this is one of the easiest times I've had with a look, even though it's taken pretty much exactly the same amount of time. Alright, so this is the final look. Honestly, pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what really to expect with that palette because I wasn't all that impressed with swatching it. But I think this is a nice, clean look and good for any everyday outing. Thank you for watching. Bye!